You know what? Okay. So, I know that yesterday I made a tweet about wearing jeans on dates. I did not realize that today I would wake up to think pieces and all this negativity and just chaos and with my black obsidian to absorb all that negative energy from all you fucking haters. Actually, I shouldn't say that word. It's a bad word. I apologize. Um oh my god. Okay, so here's the deal. For those of you that don't know, and those of you that need to be reminded. My dog, she won't relax. Here's the deal. Obviously, you guys know that like I have like my beauty blog. I just kind of talk about life, whatever. Okay, so just from being in the Twitterverse for my beauty blog, I think I just snapped one day because I'm just reading all this stuff about black women are undesirable, black women are masculine, blah blah blah. All this stuff. Just every day, all day, every day. And then, um I think my breaking point was just like, this girl that I follow, I can't think of her name off the top of my head. I know you guys probably know who I'm talking about. I love her post. Um, she was posting about black billionaires with white wives and just all this stuff. And I don't know, something just inside of me clicked because it's like I'm realizing that a lot of you don't. I'm trying to think of the words. I might be. I'm a little bit hungover. Not hungover. I'm just tired from last night. Last night was a lot. Um, just a lot of you don't get it. There's just a lot of things that are going on that you guys just aren't clicking for you guys. And I guess for me it's a little bit easier just because I live in that world. Not saying like I have a billionaire, but I just live in the world of being able to date and secure and have those kind of guys cater to me. And I guess that was kind of the angle that my Twitter went into, just because obviously I realized that it was a point of interest for that information. And just because I like to help, I like to be helpful. That's why I have my beauty blog. Obviously it's a way to keep me accountable, but it's also a way for me to just like share and find like-minded people. So anyways, I don't think I know, just the gene comment that came on the heels of a week of my friends, like not my like Twitter friends or whatever, but like my friends in real life. you know they like to come to me for advice. I'm the advice friend. I'm that friend. I'm the Dr. Phil friend. um Hold on, I need this. We talked about this. Here we go. Hold it the right way. Anyway, just complaining with these guy problems, getting stuck, not getting what they want, on and on and on and on and on, right? So just I'm trying not to lose my train of thought. Just the premise of the tweet happened because the night before I tweeted it, a girlfriend of mine um you know sent me a string of voice notes after a date, and she was just all upset. This guy, they were talking, and in the middle of the date, he got up and he walked out, and blah blah. So she gets in the car. She's been drinking, and she's voice noting me, and she's just like, he asked me what I brought to the table, and I said that I brought myself, and he got up and left the table. So I'm just laying there like, oh, okay. I'm just, how I get. I'm just like, all right. You know, all my little brain's calculating. I'm thinking of all the stuff that I want to talk to her about the next day, you know, and she's not been drinking. And so, you know, the next day we started talking, and, you know, he's like a young black professional guy. I think they'd actually been out one time before. They went out twice this week. That was the second time. And so, I don't know, just at this point, I'm just like the kind of person where I don't know, I can be quick sometimes. Obviously, not today. This is not the day. But just I just was able to understand through like the proper questioning kind of where things went left. Obviously, it's not her fault. He was just like, you know, the wrong guy. But you know, I've kind of been trying to help her a little bit more closely these last couple of months, because, you know, she's been getting stuck, and she's, you know, getting burnt out like a lot of you do. So, you know, I was asking her, like, you know, just kind of like, what did you wear? She's like, well, I wore jeans. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And, you know, talked about where they went, and she's like, oh, you know, just some bar. And, you know, I'm trying to be as gentle with the situation as I can without losing my patience, just because, you know, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm just hitting my head up against the brick wall sometimes, having to repeat myself with a lot of these things, but I understand it takes a minute to change and learn. Anyway, then I had another girlfriend with a similar situation. She went on a trip with this guy, you know, a beach resort thing, and he was upset that, you know, just, you know how these guys get. Anyways, let me get to the point. The main area, I guess, that I try to cover and talk about, and I guess it's really hard for me to even say that because I went and deleted all my tweets recently, just because I didn't like the vibe, I didn't like the tone, I didn't like the energy. I didn't like it. I just wanted to start over, and it was just too much. I was doing too much and just not being in alignment with the things that I'm trying to do and the things that I'm trying to explain and teach and all that. And that's just not how this works. So anyway, excuse the puffy. I had to think. So how this really just started was, you know, I started having conversations about how to secure a man with means. You know, men with means, you know, money, careers, not guys that are, you know, trying to make a mixtape, or, you know, trying to build some like business, some whatever, you know, potential whatever in the future. You know, I'm talking about guys that actually have stuff going on, like they actually get paid for it, you know, they actually have like things actually happening in right now, not like later and all that. So that's the area that I give advice from, not just regular dating, not regular guys, those kind of men. Because, you know, a lot of the discussion is about, going back to the comment about the black billionaires with the white wives. You know, it's all this, so when he gets on, he leaves you for a white girl, and self-hate and blah blah. And it's like, I'm realizing a lot of people just don't understand the psychology behind a lot of the things that men do, and a lot of the things that they do is subconscious. They It's just so much deeper than the surface. And I guess for me, I just get it, because I study it, I live it. It's something that interests me. It's something that I've been able to learn deeply just from my interactions with people. The fact that everybody comes to me with their problems. So I just have like a good database of things to draw from in my mind. And so the things that I talk about are most pointedly to help black women get those kind of men that are up here, you know, instead of those guys getting up here and then dropping them for this white girl, because it doesn't have to be like that. I'm trying to kind of show you guys what's happening and trying to figure out the ways to explain the strategies and the psychology and the just all the subconscious things that move move the stuff around, and just, I don't know, I guess just trying to give you guys some strategy, because at the end of the day, I realize just a lot of black women just don't have like the skill set. They just don't. Like, their moms didn't have it. They didn't get it. My mom didn't have it. I had to give it to myself. I actually give her game. I give her and her friends' daughters. She always calls me like, Andrea, so and so's having a problem. I think this would be a great blog post for you. You know, stuff like that. So anyways, let's get to the point, because I've been rambling for 10 minutes. So here's the deal. The Jean post was mostly directed to those women that are trying to block down a man of means. You know what I'm talking about. And just trying to give more black women the strategy in the game that they are lacking. And I know they are lacking it, because if they weren't, we wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't have all of these professional, beautiful black women having to marry down, and just all this other crazy nonsense that just, y'all have seen it. Y'all have seen the statistics in the post and all that stuff, because I had all that on my page and then I deleted it because it was just, I couldn't deal. Anyway, so here's the deal. Let's get to the point, because I feel like I'm just gonna go in circles, because I'm a little bit tired. Anyway, let's get to the point. So I made the point about, I talk about, men that ask what a woman brings to the table. The only kind of guys that ask what a woman brings to the table are men that need you and what you can do to build the table. Because guys with money, guys that are already complete, are not asking women that. They're not worried about that, especially on first dates. Like, that's a whole other thing. I'll get into that some other time. I don't have it in me right now. Here's the deal. So, just like I was saying earlier, I'm getting tired of seeing on Twitter how black men are talking about how black women are masculine and da-da-da-da-da. When some of you guys hear that, you think that they mean, you're some big buff woman with like rippling, glistening muscles and you're just manly. No, a lot of that stuff has to do with your mannerisms and like the energy that you're putting out. They talk about femininity and all this stuff, and I feel like people keep throwing around this like masculine, feminine thing, but you don't really understand the why. You don't understand how to apply it, all this stuff. So getting to the point that I keep trying to get to and not getting to, the Jean thing. So here's the deal. I made the tweet about, don't be surprised if a man asks you what you bring to the table when you're wearing jeans, because you look like you're ready to go to work. You got on jeans, and people just got all like, oh my god, I've worn jeans, and jeans, there's nothing wrong with jeans, blah, 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 blah. Okay, look, I wear jeans, nothing wrong with jeans. I love jeans, love them. Jeans. That wasn't the point. It's like, number one, jeans were invented for work, for farmers to work in. Okay, step one, right? Number two, when you were trying to secure a masculine man, usually like a wealthy, highly masculine man, they want their polar opposite. Which brings me to some of the tweets that I was trying to tweet yesterday, and people just, oh my god, those books. Oh my god, I can't be a manipulative person. Those books are so stupid. All that stuff. I can't. Okay, so here's the deal. I tried to make a few little notes, probably just whatever, as I was gonna forget, because I just kind of know this stuff like off the cuff, but for the sake of the conversation, I'm trying to bring this up. So, we have these, what are called universal laws. There's 12 of them, right? So, number 10 is the law of polarity. Okay, we know what polar opposites are, correct? Okay, so if you've got a masculine, high-powered man who wears suits all day and dark colors, and he's around other men that wear pants all day. His polar opposite is going to be not a fucking pair of pants, okay? It's not. It's gonna be a dress, some high heels, some perfume. It's gonna be soft, light colors, feminine. You know, that's the polar opposite, right? It's not a pair of jeans. Not a pair of jeans. It's gonna be like a dress and a skirt. So, when you want to attract your polar opposite, right? Okay, right. Right. Okay. Right. It makes sense. Right. Right. You're opposite. Pants, not pants. Like, it sounds stupid, but it just works. Okay. The next one. They talk about, you know, number 11 is the law of gender, or yin and yang, the feminine and the masculine energies. And I feel like that's a lot of where Black women struggle. You know, and I get that because I'm very yangy, which is masculine energy. I get that, but it's just, you have to understand that, you know, a lot of times when these Black guys are just like, Black women are so masculine, you guys don't even know what that means, because nobody just really breaks it down. And when they do, like me, people like me that try to simplify some of this stuff and break it down so you understand, you know, all hell breaks loose. What that means is, you know, for here, let me give some examples. You know, when you guys want to, you know, nag and, you know, my dogs are making noise. It lost my train of thought. Nagging, going 50-50, offering to pay, you know, just some of the things you say are very emasculating, you know, taking charge in conversation. I had some actual good points about that. Like I said, I'm really losing my train of thought. I'm actually a lot more tired than I realized, but I swore up and down I was gonna make this video. Actually, just scratch that part, because I'm gonna make a whole video. I can make a whole video about universal law number 11. We can do a whole thing, okay? A whole thing. But, because y'all are gonna get mad at me about that, and I'd rather y'all get mad at me on multiple videos. Anyway, just, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it, and that's why you're stuck. That's why you're having to marry down. That's why when these Black guys are getting money and rising up the ranks, they're not choosing you. And so instead of complaining about it, which I don't, because I don't care, because that doesn't happen to me, I'm trying to help. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you guys, because it really doesn't have to be this hard. But anyway, so off that, there were some other points that I tried to make yesterday, when I brought up the 48 laws of power, and, you know, everybody had a field day with that. You can apply some of those to the situation that we're talking about. What is it? Law 32 is play to people's fantasies. You know, that has to do with the way that you look. If you're dealing with, you know, these high-powered rich men, you know, you gotta bring your A game. You can't have on your Converse and your skinny jeans and, you know, your hair in a bun and your natural face and think you're gonna just lock something down and he's gonna just be wanting to just make it rain on your life. That's not what that is. You know, as a woman dealing with these situations, you know, you want to create that fantasy. You want to create that escape from his everyday life. You know, you think about like the stories of Cleopatra and just, you know, just the way she seduced these guys and just did all this stuff. You know, that's an act. It's a game. And it's like a lot of you guys are just like, why can't I just be me? Why can't you just love me for me? Why can't I just be myself? I mean, okay, do that, you know, do that, but it's not working. And I'm trying to explain why it doesn't work. That's not how this works. And then, another thing I've talked about was, law number 34, be royal. What is it? Be royal in your fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. That goes back to the jeans comment, right? So, and we're talking about rich guys here, let me tie it all in. Men like that can have any woman, right? So, what sets you apart? Why should they give their time to you? Why should they give you anything? I mean, most guys like that, they're getting thrown things for free all day anyway, just because they're rich. So why should they even bother? So it's like, yeah, sure, you can show up in a pair of jeans, but why would you when polarity is the most attractive, right? And then, you girls are getting upset. Well, I don't understand why they're asking me to go Dutch, and I don't understand why this and I. No man is asking some woman with her head dressed to toe, head to toe, nails done, makeup, manicured, hair, skin popping and glistening, dress, heels. He's not asking her what she brings to the table. He's not asking her to go 50-50. He's not asking her to do nothing besides be his trophy and make him look good. Because I talked about that too on Twitter before I deleted the post. Men with money don't care about that stuff. That is not what you're there for. You were there as a thing that kind of, what is the word? I'm losing the word.
Are you in bed?
No.
Okay.
I'm recording a video. I would crop you out, but I don't feel like dealing with that. What was I talking about before I was so not really rudely interrupted? Guys like that are just not asking women that are bringing their A game to like scrub toilets. They're not asking her what she brings to the table. They're not asking her to go 50-50. They're not asking her to go to work all day and slave away at some job. You know why? Because those kind of guys, number one, they don't care. Number two, they want you to be well rested, well taken care of, pampered, because the way you look is a reflection on his success, his wealth, and what he's doing. If you look run down and raggedy and tired and stressed out and wrinkles and bags and unkempt, that reflects on him. So men of means don't want that. Men of means understand how that works. Okay? So, it's just like, I'm trying not to look at my text messages on my iPad because it's popping. So, just all of that goes back to why I say the things that I say. I never just say things to say them. I'm not saying them to be mean. I'm not saying it just for no reason. Everything I say is based in strategy. It's based in fact. It's based in psychology. It's based in how this works. And I'm all about doing the thing that's going to work the fastest. How can you get to point the fastest? The quickest, fastest way to get to your goal. And this is how you get it. So the whole point of me saying to not wear the jeans on a date, and honestly, you can apply it to regular guys, but whatever. That's not even my lane that I'm really trying to be in. I'm really not even concerned with that lane ever. So, I mean, just, if you're not really trying to date a certain caliber of man, wear whatever. Wear a trash bag. Wear, just whatever. Like, I don't care. Because I wasn't even over in that lane. I'll never be in that lane. Ever. Never, ever, 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 ever. So, just to be clear, what I was talking about is when you were dealing with high-powered, well-paid men, masculine men, you always need to present the image of the polar opposite to be the most attractive. because that is what they want. They want a well put together, manicured woman that is going to compliment him, right? And be a status symbol of his success and what he's got going on. So, I had some more points to make. I'm pretty sure I didn't make half of them because it's just like a lot to unpack. It's like in my head, I get it. It makes sense to me. This stuff is easy to me. But I understand that, like, you know, a lot of you just don't get it. And I understand it. It's cool because it's a lot. And, you know, I know people are going to be on Twitter with the think pieces and you just wear what you want to wear and do what you want to do, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, do that. Because really, what I'm talking about, it applies to all men, actually. It really does. But I'm only concerning myself with a small segment of men and the segment of women that want to learn the stuff to get those men because they have been unable to do it thus far. Otherwise, I wouldn't be the only black woman in a lot of spaces doing a lot of things like I talk about on Twitter all the time. Because I'm not the black girl that's getting passed up for the white girl when the guy gets some money. I'm the girl that he's calling when he gets the money. So I'm trying to tell you guys how I do that and what that takes and what's happening, because it's a psychological game, a tactical thing that's happening. It's not just by chance. It's not just, oh, if it's meant to be, it'll be. That's not what it is. Everything I do is intentional. Everything I say is intentional. Everything I think and say has a purpose. There's a reason. If I say it a certain way, it's for a reason. It's not just because I just on a whim. I'm very strategic. Everything I say and the way I say it is for a purpose. And the purpose is to get to a point, to reach a goal. It's not just for fun, on a whim. I have a point. And the points are based in fact, in reality. And a lot of you guys just don't get it. And I understand getting frustrated and angry with me, but I'm not the one that's not getting what I want. I get what I want. I'm getting it. I have it. I want you to have it too. You know, that's the point. So, I just, you know, I mean, and I'm honestly starting to see why, like, there's just a lot of people that just don't even bother. Like, why bother? Because it's just like, you know. But hey, I know there's, for every one of you out there that wants to write think pieces and, you know, tweet threads and not tag me and talk about me and make fun of the way I look and all this other inconsequential stuff that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, I'm doing what you want to do. I got what you want to have. I'm chilling with my oil and my glass of wine. So, you know, it is what it is. But I really did. There was a lot of things that I actually did want to talk about today when I woke up. I actually wrote the blog post. It was about 1,000 words. It just wasn't hitting the way that I wanted it to hit. And this video really isn't hitting the way I want it to hit either, but just I'm bored with it. I'm bored with this, and I'm ready to move on to actual, like, other things that people need to work on, because this is actually a very small thing. But the gene thing was just a good example. I'm actually glad that I brought it up because nobody's brought it up. But the reason why they haven't brought it up is because most women don't know, and the ones that do know aren't sharing it with you. Because, you know, and I've talked about this before, and I know this is going to make a lot of people offended, but, you know, a lot of this game, you know, white girls, they have this game. Their moms are teaching them this game. They're in high school with this game. You know, Asian women, we already know. They got the game. The game's on lock. Black women are the ones that are behind. We're the ones with the disadvantage. So I'm trying to help level the playing field, because I see what's going on. Like, and I see what's going on. I see why black women are getting passed over. And a lot of it's not self-hate. There's a reason why he's getting put on and leaving you for your polar opposite. Where have we heard that word before? Polarity, right? Anyway, there's a reason. There's a reason. And I'm really trying to figure out a way to just get you guys to understand that it's not just, it's so much deeper, but like once you get it, it just makes sense. It clicks. So I don't know. At this point, I feel like I'm rambling. Just listen. If you want to get a man of means, which like I said is my lane and what I was basically talking about, not just whatever, but it really works on all men. Just don't wear the dresses. I mean, don't wear the pants on the dates. And I think mainly I really kind of was just talking about like first dates. You know, the first couple of dates, the first impression. I mean, obviously, once you, and this is something else that I talk about too, once you've secured the person, then you can do what you want to do. Like me, I have an undercut. I chopped all my hair off and decided to just do the most. But I can do that because I'm secure. Since my video got cut off. The points I try to make is do what you have to do to get where you want to be. And then after you get there, then you can do what you want. So if you want to wear jeans, do it. But not in the beginning. Not when you're trying to play to people's fantasies and create the polarity that is the most attractive to secure the bag or the person or get to the goal that you're trying to get to. And then after you get it, if you want to shave your head and wear blue nail polish and see-through mesh booty shorts, do it. Do that. Do it. So, that is literally my point. I hope that this was somewhat useful because like I said, I had a lot of points I wanted to make and I really wanted to drive some of this stuff home and really dig into it. But I honestly today, I just don't have the mental capacity to go with it as hard as I wanted to go because I really wanted to dig into some of this like femininity and masculinity and blah blah. I really wanted to try to like get into that, but I just don't. So hopefully this will suffice. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. You know, I'll probably circle back to this at some point again. I think it would probably be easier if I could just go live because then you guys could talk to me and ask me questions while I'm kind of just sitting here rambling and staring at myself in the camera. And then, you know, it could kind of, you know, just trigger like a train of thought. So, but anyway, so I feel like this is long enough. I'm going to load it. If you guys want to ask me some questions, you can leave me comments. You can tweet me at I am Andrea Watson on Twitter, and we can talk. And all you think piece darlings, I appreciate the traffic and I appreciate you taking such a deep interest in the things that I say because I'm so interesting. But honestly, literally, if you want to wear the jeans, wear the jeans. Wear them, please. But for the rest of you, black women, or just women in general, but especially, you know, the black women, because that's kind of just, you know, that's where we need to clean some stuff up. If you were trying to get to a certain point, there are just things that work. There are things that you have to do. There are things that are happening and are at play that are just under the surface and are deep and psychological and subconscious, like I said. And, you know, a lot of these guys, they'll say one thing and, oh, you know, but it's just, don't pay attention to that because it's sometimes it's so subconscious. It's so subconscious. They honestly just really aren't truly aware of it. So I'm just trying to save you a lot of wasted time and a lot of frustration, and I'm trying to just give you guys some cheat codes. So, like I said, the cheat code is don't wear the jeans on the dates when you're trying to secure the guy, especially if he is a man of means, because you need to be his polar opposite to be the most attractive. You need to be feminine to be the opposite of a high-powered masculine man, which means you need to wear a dress or a skirt, which means you need to wear feminine, soft colors, because the opposite of that is what he's around all day, which are black and navy blue and gray suits all day. Okay? The way you look is a signifier of his success. So, if you have on pants and you're just thrown together, that's not it. You're trying to lock down a king, can't do it in a pair of Levi's that they used to wear to farm in to work. Okay, so I feel like I made my point. So I'm gonna go drink the rest of my wine. And load my video. Hopefully it helped. These lips is looking good though. Trying to get this lighting. No filter. Anyways. Alright guys. So. Hopefully this was a little, don't look at my little, whatever that is, don't look at that. We had some carbs last night at dinner, so we're just gonna ignore that. But anyways, I hope that helped. I hope this was a little bit more clear. I'm trying to work on tapping the screen. But anyways, so it's been fun. Bye.